So buckle up, because this is the royal explosion everyone's been whispering about. The one the palace never saw coming, and the one the tabloids have been drooling over for weeks. It finally happened. The storm hit, and it hit hard. New York City, the city of lights, glamour, and 1,000 camera flashes, was supposed to be Harry and Meghan's "We're Still That Couple" weekend. You know, those red carpet smiles, the matching designer outfits, that effortless "we're unbothered" energy? Yeah, all of that was supposed to scream power couple comeback, but oh honey, what the cameras caught instead? A royal disaster. A slow-motion train wreck dressed in couture. They showed up at the Humanitarian of the Year gala, and Meghan, oh my god, she was glowing. A custom Armani power suit dripping in diamonds worth more than a Manhattan penthouse. Meanwhile, Harry, he looked like he'd rather be anywhere else on the planet. The flashes went off, the crowd gasped, and Meghan dazzled like she was born under a spotlight. But Harry's face? Whew, let's just say it was tighter than Buckingham Palace security. People nearby swore you could cut the tension with a sword. At one point, Meghan shot Harry one of those playful, flirty glances, the kind that used to make him melt. But this time, his smile barely made it past his teeth. That look said it all. Whatever spark they had, it was flickering out. Later that night, Meghan dined solo, all dressed up but without her prince. Insiders whispered the same chilling phrase, "They've gone their separate ways." Literally. And remember, these two once called themselves Salt and Pepper because they were inseparable, always together, always in sync. And now, this was the first public sign that something was seriously off. What should have been a triumphant comeback was instead a preview of a breakup. But you know what? This didn't start in New York. Oh no, the cracks began much earlier. In Paris. The Paris trip that changed everything. Paris. Just hearing the name is enough to make royal watchers sigh. For Harry, that city holds ghosts. Real ones. It's the place where his mother, Princess Diana, lost her life. For years, he couldn't even bring himself to visit. The trauma ran that deep. So when Meghan suddenly jetted off to Paris alone for what she called a business trip, the world collectively raised an eyebrow. But Harry, he broke. Sources close to the couple whispered that Meghan didn't just go for meetings. Oh no. She was filming content near the Pont de l'Alma tunnel, the very tunnel where Diana's car crashed. Let that sink in. Those who know Harry say he was devastated when he found out. Sick with grief. Betrayed. One close friend didn't sugarcoat it. She knew exactly what she was doing. Nothing Meghan does is accidental. When the backlash hit, Meghan brushed it off, claiming it was just work. But for Harry, it wasn't business. It was betrayal, wrapped in a press release. The city that haunted his dreams had suddenly become a backdrop for his wife's self-promotion. From that moment on, insiders say the walls started closing in. Meghan's career ambitions were turning into Harry's worst nightmare. Fame, cameras, endless publicity. Everything he ran from, she was running toward. And deep down, Harry knew it. This wasn't another argument or mood swing. This was the moment something inside him snapped. Paris wasn't just a trip, it was a turning point. Enter the other man, Marcus Anderson. Okay, don't clutch your pearls just yet. It's not that kind of scandal, but let's talk about the mysterious Marcus Anderson. If you followed Meghan's story, you know Marcus. Always stylish, always charming, always around. From brunches in Toronto during her Suits days to intimate Montecito dinners and red carpet cameos, Marcus has been her constant companion. He's always there, said one royal insider. It's like there are three people in that marriage, Harry, Meghan, and Marcus. And the tea gets even hotter. Marcus isn't just some random friend. He's connected. We're talking the Soho House elite, Hollywood's power brokers, the people who can open doors faster than any royal title ever could. Meghan's loyalty to him isn't just emotional, it's strategic. Meanwhile, Harry's over it. Friends say he feels like a guest in his own marriage, watching his wife build a world where he doesn't quite fit. At events, Meghan glows, laughing with Marcus and her Hollywood inner circle. And Harry? He fades into the wallpaper. Once her equal, he's now her +1. Every celebrity couple plays a little for the cameras, but Harry and Meghan, they've turned it into an art form. Watch them on any red carpet. She's electric, posing, smiling, soaking up every flash. And him? He's stiff, scanning the exits like he's stuck in a recurring nightmare. Those flashing bulbs, the same kind that haunted his mother's last night, still make him flinch. But Meghan? She lives for them. And then came that viral clip from the gala. Harry reaches out to hold her hand. She subtly pulls away, keeping that signature, camera-ready smile plastered on her face. She's in love with the camera, one insider said bluntly, not the man beside her. Inside their circle, the line's been drawn. Harry hates the circus. Meghan needs it. The lights, the gowns, the applause, it's her oxygen. And every time she drags him back into the spotlight, he breathes a little less. They're playing two different games. She's playing for relevance and he's playing for peace. And the cruelest part? The more she chases the camera, the more invisible he becomes. By the time the cameras stop flashing and the champagne glasses are empty, what's left? Just silence. Two people in designer outfits staring at the floor, wondering how their fairy tale turned into a press tour. Once upon a time, they said they left the palace for freedom, sunshine, independence, privacy. But darling, what they got was the exact opposite. When they packed up and moved to Montecito, they promised the world a new beginning. No rules, no paparazzi, no royal drama. But fast forward a few years and what do we have? Not freedom, just a royal rerun with a California filter. Harry thought they'd live quietly, raise their kids, do a few good causes, simple, peaceful. But Meghan? Oh no, she had bigger plans, brand deals, speaking tours, a Netflix empire, and that ill-fated jam line. A close friend said it best. They left one palace and built another. Only this one has cameras, contracts, and PR teams instead of courtiers. They didn't escape the spotlight. They reinvented it. Only this time, Meghan's the one holding the crown. Oh, now let's talk about that so-called Humanitarian of the Year award, shall we? Because honey, that's where the glitter started falling off real fast. When Harry and Meghan strutted onto that stage to accept their award, the internet gasped, but not in awe. Nope. People were like, wait, humanitarian of what exactly? Their foundation, Archewell, was supposed to be about uplifting communities and fighting online hate. Beautiful idea, right? But insiders say behind the pretty mission statements and glossy website photos, things were, well, messy. Meetings that barely happened, plans with no follow-through, and a purpose that no one could really define. One source put it bluntly, their activism turned into PR theater. Ouch. Apparently those award titles, bought and paid for through connections. The goal wasn't impact, it was image. It's not about helping people, said another insider. It's about headlines. And then came Harry's speech, a fiery rant about power, corruption, and corporate greed. Inspiring, sure, but the irony, he's living off multi-million-dollar deals from those same corporations. Talk about preaching from a velvet throne. Meanwhile, Meghan turned the event into what looked more like a Vogue photo shoot. Custom tailoring, diamond accessories, and a hotel suite that cost $1,900 a night. The whole thing screamed luxury, not humility. Critics didn't hold back. Humanitarian? More like Hollywooditarian, one wrote online, and honestly, they weren't wrong. Behind the gates of Montecito, separate worlds. So what's really going on inside those perfectly trimmed Montecito mansion gates? Picture this. Sunlight streaming through million-dollar windows, but the air inside feels cold. The couple reportedly live separate lives under the same roof. Meghan's days? Non-stop networking. Calls with PR teams. Lunches with Hollywood elites. Power brunches that could rival a board meeting. She's plotting her next big move every single moment. And Harry? He's a world away, even when he's sitting in the same house. He spends his time with the kids, taking long walks, listening to audiobooks, trying to find calm in the chaos. He's not angry, said one friend. He's just disconnected. They're not screaming or throwing things, it's quieter than that, and scarier too. It's the silence of two people who've run out of words. Friends have noticed it too. They don't fight, they just don't talk, so the next time you see that glossy photo of them smiling in perfect harmony, remember this, you're not looking at a marriage. You're looking at a mirage. A story rehearsed 1,000 times, fading a little more with every camera flash. And as one insider whispered with a sigh, they're not living a love story anymore. They're living a legend that died on camera.